First, it was Greenland, then Mexico, then Canada. Then Trump hit China with a 104% tariff and called it smart economics. And now, he's back on his tirade and says we need to take back the Panama Canal. But here's the thing. The U.S. hasn't controlled the canal since 1999. Who actually owns it now? And more importantly, who controls the ports around it? Because that's where the real power lies. Let's follow the money, the cargo, and the influence. The canal isn't a port, but they surround it. The Panama Canal itself is neutral and managed by the Panama Canal Authority, a Panamanian government agency. It's not for sale, not foreign-owned, and no, it's not controlled by China. But the ports, the ones at either end, the places where goods enter, exit, and change hands, that's where the global tug-of-war is happening. Let's break it down. Port of Balboa on the Pacific entrance. For years, this was operated by Panama Ports Company, a subsidiary of C.K. Hutchison Holdings from Hong Kong. In 2025, C.K. Hutchison sold their stake to a U.S.-led consortium headed by BlackRock Inc., currently transitioning from Chinese to U.S. control. Port of Cristobal on the Atlantic entrance. Same setup, previously run by Panama Ports Company under C.K. Hutchison, also included in the BlackRock acquisition, also shifting to U.S. interests. Manzanillo International Terminal, a massive container port on the Atlantic side. Operated by SSA Marine, a U.S.-based company under Carix Inc., based in Seattle, American-owned and operated. Colon Container Terminal. It is also in Colon, right next to MIT. It is owned and operated by Evergreen Marine Corporation, which is based in Taiwan. It is not Chinese, but Taiwanese-owned. PSA Panama International Terminal on the Pacific side, operated by PSA International, a major global port operator based in Singapore. Singaporean-owned, not tied to Beijing. Let's not forget the smaller, but still strategically relevant ports. Port of Vacamonte on the Pacific coast, used for fishing and tuna fleets, operated by the Panama Maritime Authority. Panamanian government-run, Port of Almirante on the Caribbean side, Bocas del Toro, used for agricultural exports, especially bananas. Specific operator varies, but it remains under Panamanian oversight. Locally controlled. Port of Charco Azul on the Chiriquí province, specializes in oil and bulk shipping. Run by Petroterminal de Panama, a joint venture between the Panamanian government and NIC Holding Corp. U.S.-based. Joint Panamanian-American operation. Port of Chiriquí Grande on the Caribbean side, also focused on petroleum. Operated by Petroterminal de Panama as well. Same joint structure. Port of Pedregal on the Chiriquí province, small port used for coastal trade and fishing. Overseen by local Panamanian authorities, Panamanian-owned. Out of all these ports, 10 in total, 2 were recently Chinese-controlled, now being transferred to U.S. firms. Several are already American-operated. Others are in Panamanian or neutral hands. So when Trump says we need to take back the Panama Canal, the reality is we never lost it. But we are in a global fight over influence, contracts, and who gets to shape trade routes in the 21st century. This isn't just about shipping lanes. It's about more chaos and bullying by Trump. It's about the quiet corporate Cold War playing out in ports, pipelines, and infrastructure, all while politicians like Trump make it sound like a turf war from 1910. If you want to know where the world's power is headed, don't just look at armies. Look at the ports. Like, share, and subscribe if you're tired of clickbait headlines and want real answers behind global power plays.